What is up, everybody? Your boy Robbie Dagger forgot to load the chat again, didn't he? What is up, everybody? Doing well. I hope you guys are all doing awesome, all doing amazing. I want to hear about it if you are, for sure. Definitely let me know. Let me get the chat loaded up just in case. So in this one, guys, we are finally... This is a video request I got so long ago. A very, very long time ago. And honestly, I just haven't gotten around to it. And I'll kind of explain why. And then everything's gonna kind of make sense. So let's start getting into it. This is gonna be a look at the Mythic Knight. The Mythic Knight, you guys, in today's meta. Cezion, what's up, dude? Welcome to the chat. So, first of all, let's bring this thing front and center. Let's take a good look at it. Let's take a good look here. Let's look at the single. We're gonna look at single player. We'll talk a little bit about single player first, and then I'm gonna go right into. We'll go into multiplayer. We'll save the multiplayer discussion for last, because multiplayer wouldn't be. We couldn't talk about multiplayer without at least attempting multiplayer. And Shiva's the Sicarius. So, you know, it's a good week for the Mythic Knight. So, a good week to bring it out and talk about it. First things first, you're gonna look. This is what the reason why everybody loves this job. You look amazing. You look great. You're looking so good with your OG Warrior of Light costume on. It looks great. It's the same one that they use for the Warrior of Light in Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, also in Dissidia. And it's a throwback to the very, very first Final Fantasy. That's why everybody really loves this job. One thing you're going to notice is great. Like, I said this when I first got this job, but the stats, you guys, are pretty cool. They're pretty cool as far as, like, the attack, the break power. Tons of break power in this guy, tons of magic. And he's a speedy character. You don't have to worry about that. And pretty beefy as far as defenses go. Real drawback to this character, and it's always kind of been an issue, is the HP. The HP is super low. These days, guys, this is about 4,000 points lower than you want to see an attacker or anybody going into multiplayer, basically, at this point. So it kind of doesn't shine as brightly anymore because this HP is low. I mean, you can get higher HP on a Dragoon at this point, so I don't know. It's up to you. The defense is more than enough to make up for the bad HP, but there's still a couple of hits that you're gonna have to take. You know what I mean? Having a lot of HP is sometimes and usually more worth it than having a lot of defense. So that is kind of crappy. Let's look at the abilities. Actually, let's look at the job card. Let's look at the abilities on the job card. That's always nicer to look at. So, Mythic Knight, a warrior type job, of course, with the fire, wind, and earth orbs. Pretty dang cool. The Shining Wave is a single target attack, strikes a foe with pure crystal energy. So, no break power on this attack. And, it's got a little bit of attack power, but it's honestly... it's not that great. The best part about it is it adds boost, which increases your break power, and it's going to give you a prismatic shift. So the prismatic shift is what really kicks booty on this job. As far as what it's got is, like, it's got clutch boost, clutch wall. Clutch wall is going to save your booty, especially with the low HP. The problem is your HP pool isn't very big at all. Cezion says it perfectly. He's kind of a glass cannon. He really is. He really is kind of a glass cannon. Let's look at the rest of this and see where he excels. He is going to get a heal drive for fire and also a heal drive for wind. When you switch, looks like his elemental call is going to be fire. He's also got elemental call for wind +2. And what that is fire damage received during fire element drives. Creates orbs. So this is going to actually increase your fire and wind damage. These abilities, guys, are great This is like a samurai. So this job reminds me of a samurai a lot, because samurai has something very similar. The problem is you just don't have a lot of chances. You're not going to be driving your orbs as an attacker. I mean, you are going to drive your orbs, but you're not going to drive your orbs that much. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen that often enough where you're going to be able to power yourself like crazy up with these. The enhanced earth plus 60 is pretty damn nice. Pretty damn nice. Unfortunately, in the meta that we have today, we're getting a lot of jobs with enhanced plus 100s. So that's more where this job kind of fell by the wayside. And it fell by the wayside really quick. There was a good period of time where this job was amazing, like maybe when it first came out, but as soon as the next set of jobs came out, all these jobs kind of took a backseat to those. And that's your only enhancement. You're only going to get enhanced earth, so everything else is stock. Everything else is going to be stock damage, which is not amazing. It's really not amazing. Actually pretty weak these days. So you are going to get resist fire plus 20%, also resist water plus 20%, and then resist wind plus 20%, and resist earth plus 20%. So you do have a couple of, you know, resistances, but the 20%, it's good. It's good. It's gonna help you out. This job's really gonna need it, especially with that low HP. 16 orbs for your elemental starter. Very nice. Extended break plus 4, very nice. Now you are going to have painful break plus 50%, which increases damage dealt during breaks by 50%, just on you all the time. You also get... Wait. I'm wondering if these... Yeah. Wow. This is actually pretty good. You also get exploit weakness plus 20%, and then improve crits plus 50%. This I didn't notice before. Holy crap, this looks pretty good. So, I mean, this is kind of impressive. The painful break, unfortunately worthless on Ultima right now, but on every other Sicarius, that's awesome. The exploit weakness plus 20% is going to give him at least 20% more damage with all the elements he can use, and then the improved crits. If you can set yourself up to do more of a crit build, then this would be amazing. Demon God Voice saying that this job is like a nuke with Earth. It's true, it does do a lot. It does do really well with Earth. I wish it had some other elements under its belt, though. Healing Victory plus 10%. Really cool when you're playing single player. So this job is, I mean, it's decent single player. It's just not the best. And, you know, we don't have Hall of Fames here in the global version yet. Not even close, so... You will get kill and draw, which is, you know, defeating an enemy will draw you one elemental orb. It's okay. Avert break power down. This will keep you from having your break power lowered. Now, you're a warrior, so that's not a big deal. But it will help you a lot in single player. The job change is going to give you a shift of Earth. And, you know, of course, when you're in multiplayer, you will have the area ultimate charger for when you use abilities. And your damage up is going to be 50%. 50% extra damage for getting into multiplayer. So, you know, not terrible. Not bad. Just not... It's not like the jobs we have today, you guys. It's not like the rogue. It's not like the occultist. Those jobs are kicking these jobs' asses. That's the only problem. But still really fun to play with. Still really, really cool. I really enjoy it. You know, I like it. I still like it. Now, how does it perform in multiplayer? That is the question. Because in single player, let's just take a look. Let's just auto a battle real quick. And I was trying to unlock a couple of things. The other thing, guys, is as far as cards go, we haven't had a really good fire elemental warrior card since the very, very beginning of this game. And if you were playing around the times during, I think it was Dissidia, where we got like the Squall card, and then there was when we got the YRP cards, we also got a card that was for Pain. So there was the Squall card, there was the Pain card, and then after that we like really didn't see anything else as far as good fire abilities with high attack power. So that's one of the reasons you don't see these guys anymore. They do have the Earth enhancement, so if you played during the Dissidia event and you did manage to get yourself a Cloud, Final Fantasy VII, the one that does cross slash. Oh no, that's not FF7. Yeah, it is. You know, it's Dissidia Cloud. Excuse me. But that's the one that you're gonna really like. That one gives you the cross slash ability. So if you were around during that and you picked up the cross slash ability, then that's gonna be awesome for you. It really is. But you know, besides that, there hasn't been a whole lot that has been released to make warriors really good. So what you're going to want to do, guys, if you do have this job and you do really want to make it strong for multiplayer, you're going to want to use Sicarius cards on this job. Sicarius cards are pretty much top-notch, right under really good event cards, right under Supremes. So those are usually the best cards to have, especially when you're in the multiplayer matches. They're perfect. They do tons of extra damage, and unfortunately we really don't have much else for the Mythic Knight, especially if you're a newer player and you happen to pull this job. There's just not a whole lot available to you. You can definitely use like Fire Sword and stuff, but that kind of stuff is pretty weak. So you want something pretty good. Out in the Brave, welcome to the chat. He says Mythic Knight will rise up again when the Hall of Fame comes to Global, but we all know that's quite a ways away from now. Yeah, I want to say it's probably close to a year from now. For sure. Oh, Trey Walker, about what IGN said. I don't listen to anything IGN says. That's just me. I really don't. I don't listen to anything IGN says. But, you know, it looks really cool, especially when you're in battle and stuff. Looks really, really cool. As you can see, like, I'm hurt, though. I mean, we're autoing, of course, so, you know, it's not really... You know, the AI is taking over, and the AI does not make good decisions, guys. In case you ever wondered, the AI makes so many mistakes. Like, if you just watch it play, it plays like a retard. So don't use auto unless you're farming, you know what I mean? Unless you're farming and you're doing other stuff. But if you can play, it's better to play because you'll get more seeds out of it, more chances to unlock your skills, which is what I'm doing right now. And that's why you see me with this sword, this specific sword that I have right now. But right after this, we're gonna try this job out in multiplayer. If anybody wants to join in and wants to help me out, just let me know in the chat. I'll reserve you a slot. Otherwise, we're probably just gonna pug it for just to show off what it would be like normally for you if you had this job. Like, what are you doing, AI? What are you doing? Let's take over. Let's take over. I don't even trust this thing.
Taste the light of destruction.
So of course, when we'll look at some multiplayer decks, and from now on, what I would like to do on when we look at multiplayer decks together, I would like to not show any Supreme cards. Just give you guys really good examples that are non-Supreme. So I'll show you guys what I mean in about a second. Ooh, Kenny says the Mobius and FFB and BE presentation are starting. Oh man, you guys should definitely check that out. I had to get this video out. I had to get this video recorded, so I do not mind if you guys want to check that out. Let me know what I'm missing for sure. Cezion says basically be extra careful and use the job wisely. Yeah, Cezion, and honestly, if you have something stronger, you may want to switch to something else. Just because the HP is too low, it's just way too low. You're gonna be getting hit way harder than your defense has. Like the defense stars don't matter as much as your HP. So it's pretty tough. It's pretty damn tough to make this job work. So what I'm gonna do at this point is we're gonna go into a multiplayer match if we can find one against Shiva, and I'm gonna show you guys two different decks. Kind of before we start, I want to show you guys like the optimal deck, what you want to see in the future on your attacker. Now remember, this job is a warrior attacker, and we did talk about how there's not a lot of good warrior attack cards right now. So you're going to have to bear with me on that. But let's take a look. Ooh, one of my cards finished auto-enhancing. Very nice. Always nice to see that. So, I want to show you this deck first, because I want you guys to get used to seeing something really cool, and I think it's going to be the future. Actually, I know it's going to be the future. Now, I can't use this. I obviously can't use this, but this is the Gnome card, and this gives Earth Shift. Excuse me, Earth Shift. I don't know where that high-pitched crap came from. And this is Luzeropan. This gives you Earth Force. Now, there is a lot of talk about shift versus force. Truth be told, guys, in the future, it's going to be both. In the near future, the meta's already swinging this way, where you're going to want to have a shift card, and you're going to want to have a force card. So, as far as which one do you want first, that is completely up to you, and how you want to play. But honestly, you're going to want both. You're going to want shift and force in the near future. And of course, I'm using Earth Force, showing the example with Earth Force, because of Cross/Slash would have been my powerhouse for this. Would have been my killer for this. And then this is one of the cards I wanted to show you guys. Here Comes the Hurt. This is the Pain Final Fantasy X-2 card that we got in an event. See, just not strong. Not strong at all. It does give debarrier though, so it's a nice debuff that really isn't necessary to bring on your Mythic Knight. So, you know, in a way, it's obviously this isn't looking very good because I don't have, you know, really good cards for this deck. Now, I will tell you exactly why. The reason why I didn't play this job and I don't have this job really played is because Mythic Sage is the same job. It's the same. It has the same elements, but it's magic. And you guys know me. I tend to play with my mages more than I tend to play with my warriors. So that's why I'm more spent my time focusing on the Mythic Sage and the magic abilities. Also, this crazy high magic is going to make your abilities deal so much extra damage. I'll talk about the Mythic Sage in another video, though. For sure. We'll focus just on the Mythic Knight for right now. So obviously, if I had this set up, Mythic, you know, this setup would be perfect. And of course, let me show you the weapon. This is the weapon that you get for unlocking your 8 panels. The Braveheart X. It's going to give you a 2-chain 30%, and then that Painful Break plus 25%. Honestly, it's going to be Painful Break 20%. And I boosted this weapon quite a bit. Not a whole lot, but quite a bit. That's why I have a lot of extra magic on it. So, one thing I want to say, I do see a lot of extra, like Demon saying you would bring some other stuff. I feel you 100%. The reason why I'm not bringing other stuff is because I don't have it. So, it's always best to go with the best things you got. Like, absolutely, just go with the best stuff you have for your own deck. No one has all the cards. No one has all the cards at all. So on this setup, this is kind of the best what I could have brought myself personally. The best. As you can see, it's not great. It's not great, but the Susano card is. All these cards are maxed out. This is going to give me some Berserk. It's also going to give me Ability Ignition 25%, which isn't a whole lot all by itself, guys. It's really not. And I wouldn't use this card normally, but you know, before an ult, this card really shines. That's why Samurais love this card, because of the attack ignition, which is going to increase your attack power for the next attack or ultimate. Ultimate's what's really important here by 50%. So way more ultimate damage with your next ult. So that's why I have this card in here specifically. You know, the ability ignition is okay, and then you know everybody understands how the Berserk affects you. You get 50% more damage, and you take 50% more damage. So it's a risky ass card to bring in to multiplayer. That's why my other card is Luna Freya, and this is an event card. The reason I'm bringing this is because it does give you the resistance to all elements, and it'll give you the wall, and it gives you snipe. The snipe is the real reason I'm bringing it. Just because it's going to increase your crit chance. We talked about how this job will give you extra crit damage plus 50%. Now I will bring the Cloud Final Fantasy Dissidia card just because that's the best Earth card I really have right now. I don't have much else. But yeah, Demon Godvoid's saying some truth. He's saying you could bring the Bahamut card for the fire, to help you with your fire attacks. Now that card doesn't do a whole lot of damage, but it will help you make sure that you've got tons of fire going. And this, I'm bringing this just to help break. It's not even an optimal choice. Obviously, the damage limit break isn't unlocked. It's actually honestly pretty bad for this on this deck. It's just the best that I got right now for my fire. So I'm really just gonna be trying to break things and cross slash it. So let's see how that works. Again, if you've got some fancy Supremes, you could stuff some Supremes in there. Honestly, Aerith would be your best bet to go with here. Let's see if I can just find a spot in a Shiva. Actually, no one's probably playing Shiva anymore. Actually, has it switched over to Anima already? Oh no, not yet, not yet. One day. Alright, let's do this. Pug it up. And we'll see how it goes. Demon says that Bahamut works well for breaking. It does. It does. Even if the damage limit break isn't unlocked, at least it's gonna at least it's gonna do some, some damage to the red bars. Which is something you really do have to do as an attacker. The team is relying on you to break those red bars. Sometimes your breakers can do it, but not always. Demon says no one plays Shiva, sadly. Yeah, right now, since honestly, since Ultima Weapon is going on, Shiva has taken the backseat this whole week. Honestly, I've only fought Shiva like maybe 3 or 4 times. But it's whatever. I mean, it's obviously Ultima Weapon's a higher priority just because of those mats. But if anybody in the chat, if you need Shiva, you need Ultima Weapon, most likely after this video I'll continue doing some multiplayer. So let me know. I'll fight with you. Xfire says that Braveheart weapon from the same class shares the passives as the other Mythic classes. All of them have damage increases. Xfire is telling the absolute truth. All the Mythic jobs, even like how I said the job wasn't like the best right now, the weapons are the best. The weapons are going to be the best for a long time. So awesome to have. Awesome to have at least the Mythic jobs for at least the weapons. Eder says, random question, Robbie. If we get the job of choice from the event, what will you do? Don't you have everything? It's unfortunate, Eris. So what I'm gonna do is I'm really hoping to get that Hermit. I'm probably not gonna pull anything until we get that and that's a super good question. I'm not gonna pull anything until we get those jobs, you know what I mean? Until we get that job, because the only job I'm missing, I believe, from the pool is Hermit at this point, and it's not out. So it would make no sense for me to pull for jobs even when Zazat first comes out. I'm gonna have to wait. I wish this was Enu's Dragoon. I do say that. Y40, welcome to the chat. Yeah, Demon, I wish this was your Dragoon, bro. But this will be a good example to show you guys, how this can happen, how you can work things out with this job in a pug match. It says, I see. I wonder if I should get Mythic Ninja. Let's hit that twice, and we'll drive. Y40 says, won't they give ability card if you have all the rolls? I think it's something like that. Like you either get tickets. I think you might get tickets. it's nothing. I remember seeing it, and I remember it being much more worth it to pull a job. So honestly, I'd rather wait and just try to get that last job without having to do anything special. Which will give me time to decide if I really want to pull for Zizan or not. I want to see how it's going to be in our meta. I didn't even check the healer. I didn't even check what he had, but that's usually pretty important to do. He's got good cards. They're good. At this point, we're going to have to help the Breaker out. A lot. Luckily, Mythic Knight has pretty good break power. Y40 says, yeah, for Zizat, seems iffy, but we'll see. Exactly. I'd rather, you know, like, I don't think it's going to be a bad card. I think it's going to be a good card, and I think it's going to be a keeper for a long time. Just it being a warrior card makes it not special to me, if that makes sense. Now, we don't have any ultimate boon. That's the reason why the Breaker and everybody else isn't able to do super good damage with their abilities right now. This should get it pretty far down or break it. We'll see. Alden says, the welcome back summon gives an extra ability card if you already have all the jobs. Ugh, Alden, ugh. That doesn't seem like very good, you know what I mean? Even says, once you'll break, you boost damage by 1,000 extra damage. Holy crap. Oh, with Zizat. Yeah, see, Demon knows what's up with Zizat. See, I have a feeling it's going to be good. Like, I don't think it's going to be bad, guys. I don't think it's going to be bad at all. I just think it's... To me, it's a warrior card, you know what I mean? I can't get excited about warrior cards. But I don't want that to mean you guys don't need to get excited about it. Just, you know, if you've got your resources and, you know, you're looking good, I wish you the best if you pull for it, for sure. This should be pretty good. Pretty decent damage. I would like to kill this thing. We'll see how much damage I really can do. Let's see. Okay, that was pretty beautiful. That was pretty beautiful. The Berserk helped out a lot. The only problem with the Berserk is now I'm going to be taking some serious hits. Some very serious hits. And I may be getting hurt. Y40 says, people on Reddit are saying it will make Dragoon do a good amount of damage. I believe that. I honestly believe that. I really do. I think it's gonna be okay. Demon says, you are dead. Exactly, Demon. That's what I'm worried about. That's what I'm worried about. I don't have any defense up right now. We have no defense up. So it really, it's gonna be interesting to see how the battle goes. Especially with, you know, a Dragoon Breaker.
Just for you. Your power leaves you.
So our healer did give us defense up. So that's beautiful. Because I need it, especially with the Berserk that I have on, that I gave myself. Actually, not too bad. Not too bad so far. Not too bad. That was actually a really good first round. Very, very nice. This is, uh-oh, no water drive. Yeah, we also don't have a tank in the battle, so I'm going to be taking full damage. Alright, let's put an end to this thing. I need to drive this crappy wind. Not the best attacking turn for me. But, you know, it's gonna be okay. Czian says, don't die. Demon says, it's not meant for Dragoon. Despite its auto abilities, Dragoon has no water enhance at all. Yeah. That's a good point. That was a very good point. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna look the best on Ace Striker, guys, and Ace Striker. Are we bringing that thing back out from the? Are we taking that thing off the bench just for Zazat? You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. That's why I'm not excited about it. I think it's a good card. I just don't think it's... Oh, shoot. I'm gonna just cross-last as much as I can. You always want to... I always like to focus my attacks on the Guardians just in case you don't kill the Guardians. You definitely make sure they die. Oh yeah, Demons is meant for a water attacker like the Dark Knight or the Ace. I agree with that. Day Without Sun, welcome to the chat. He says, S1C, you can also use Zazat. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. There's a couple of jobs that are going to be able to use it, I think. Oh, that was awesome. Awesome. And we just pugged it. We just pug matched this. And then, of course, when you finish the battle, guys, you get to hear that awesome, awesome old school Final Fantasy victory music, which is awesome. So, you know, not bad, especially if you're using a really good Earth card. Besides that, though, it's kind of just okay to me. You know, we made it work. You can make it work for sure, and it's still a very, very strong job if you can do something about the, like, I didn't talk about custom skill panels yet at all. Usually I just stuff these things full of magic. Honestly, on this job you may want to go with some HP, because the HP is just very low, and that's really your only... That's the worst thing about this job right now, is just the low HP. Besides that, it would still be right up there with some of the better jobs. Because it's got good auto abilities and stuff, it just has no HP. So that's really the only problem. Besides that, though, we made this work really, really well. And, you know, that battle went awesome. So let me know how y'all think about the Mythic Knight. I would love to know. I'd love to know how you guys think. What you guys think about it. Drop me some comments and all that. What we're going to do, guys, what we are going to do is I plan on continuing streaming to Twitch. But the YouTube version of this, we're going to drop off the YouTube just because I don't want it to get too long, and I also want to turn on song requests, and YouTube hates that. So what we're going to do is we're going to continue streaming for about an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour on Twitch. And then what I plan on doing is either taking a short break, or we're gonna get into some more I Am Setsuna later tonight. I appreciate you guys for joining me for all that stuff and like understanding and everything. The reason why we're starting to play some different games on stream here is so we don't use all of our elixirs so super fast in Mobius. Those things cost money, guys, so you know, unfortunately I'm not made out of money or anything, but you know, also I don't want to get burned out on Mobius, and I'm sure you guys can understand that. I do not want any of you guys to get burned out, and I don't personally want to get burned out on Mobius. It's my favorite mobile game. I want it to stay my favorite mobile game. I know you guys love it when I get hyped to play, so I love to play, you know what I mean? So everything is better in moderation is all I'm saying. So if you want to join us, if you want to continue the party, come up and join us on Twitch. We're gonna be streaming for a little bit. I'll catch everybody on YouTube in a little bit. I'll catch you guys all later. We're gonna continue some MP runs, but I'll see y'all later.